All right, wrestling fans, get ready, because we are diving deep into RCW Brawlout. We're talking those crazy wins, those brutal matches, and, like, what does it all mean for the future of RCW?
I think Brawlout really just kind of reset everything.
Yeah.
Did anyone predict Marcella taking home the Women's Heritage Championship?
I mean, that Elimination Chamber was wild.
Yeah.
6 incredible athletes.
Yeah.
No disqualifications. And Marcella just wouldn't give up. Every time you thought she was done,
Right.
she'd come back with something even crazier.
You know, we saw that same tenacity from her back in the World Championship gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how close she was to winning that one?
Absolutely.
This time she brought that same energy, but she was more strategic about it, more focused.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that delayed referee count when she pinned Baby Babe, that was just genius. And speaking of Baby Babe, what a performance. She was getting hit from all sides.
Yeah, she was targeted right from the start.
But she just kept fighting back.
Absolutely. Baby Babe's resilience was definitely a highlight of that match.
Yeah.
Even though she didn't win, she proved she's a force to be reckoned with.
For sure. All right, let's move on to the U.S. Championship match. Tucker Reeves versus Samuel Parker. I knew that was going to be a clash of titans.
It was old school power versus agility.
Yeah.
Reeves trying to use his strength to wear down Parker.
Yeah, just brutal.
But Parker, with his background in amateur wrestling, was able to use his speed and technical skills to counter that strength.
Oh, man, some of those near falls. I actually thought Reeves might pull it off.
He had Parker on the ropes a few times.
Yeah, he did.
But in the end, Parker's just too good. His awareness in the ring, his conditioning, just gave him that extra edge.
Next up, we had that second elimination chamber. This time, to determine the #1 contender for the Men's World Championship. I mean, so many familiar faces and a lot of scores to settle.
You had Brody Wade and John Ward going at it again, each one determined to keep the other from getting another shot at the title.
Yeah, the tension between those two was unreal. And then you had all these other competitors, each one with their own ambitions. Talk about high stakes.
And in the end, John Ward came out on top, using his strength and a few strategic takedowns to secure his victory.
It's like he learned from his past mistakes.
Right. He wasn't just relying on brute force this time.
Yeah, he was more calculated, more patient.
Yeah.
And it paid off. All right. Next up was that Women's World Championship match, a grudge match between Rebecca Wells and Amaya. You could just feel the tension going into that one.
Amaya was out to prove that her previous win over Rebecca wasn't a fluke. You could see it in every single move.
She was relentless.
Yeah, she was targeting Rebecca's limbs, trying to wear her down.
I really thought that Belle Finn was going to be the end of it.
It almost was, but Rebecca showed why she's the champion. She waited for the right moment and turned things around.
Yeah.
Using Amaya's own signature move against her.
That was incredible.
Okay.
Let's talk about that steel cage match. Deshaun Williams and LJ Hernandez. That was brutal.
There was so much bad blood between those two.
Oh, yeah.
All that disrespect from Deshaun.
The taunting.
It got personal.
Yeah, and that cage just amplified everything. It's like watching two wild animals trapped together.
The cage itself became another weapon.
For sure.
Limiting LJ's high-flying lucha libre style.
Right.
And playing into Deshaun's more grounded offense. And don't forget about the delayed pin counts, because the referee was stuck outside the cage.
Yeah, that just added to the suspense.
Oh, yeah.
In the end.
Yeah.
Deshaun walked away with the win. But something tells me this rivalry is far from over.
Oh, absolutely not. LJ's going to want revenge.
This thing's just getting started. And finally, the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship. Scorpion defending his title against King.
I think everyone knew going in that King had something to prove after that incredible performance in the gauntlet match.
Oh, yeah, he did. And you couldn't ask for a more different clash of styles.
Right.
You had Scorpion with his speed and technical skills.
Yeah.
Against King, just raw power.
Oh, yeah. The energy in that arena was unbelievable. Scorpion landed some incredible strikes, but King just absorbed them like it was nothing. And then, bam, out of nowhere, the King's lariat. Nobody saw that coming.
I think everyone was in shock.
It was a statement, a decisive victory. King is the new world heavyweight champion, and it feels like the start of a new era.
Brawlout was full of surprises, and I have a feeling this is just the beginning.
Oh, yeah. The dust is still settling, but we're already seeing the ripple effects of this event. New champions, old rivalries reignited, the entire power structure of RCW has shifted.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
interesting.
It's like someone hit the reset button on RCW.
Yeah, so what does all this mean for the future? Like with Marcella as the new Women's Heritage Champion.
Well, I think everyone's going to be coming after her now.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially Sarah Kay after that brutal Elimination Chamber match.
Oh, man, a Sarah Kay rematch would be intense.
Oh, yeah.
They have so much history, and Sarah Kay is not one to back down from a challenge.
Yeah.
What about Baby Babe? She really proved herself in that match.
Baby Babe is a wild card. She's got the talent and the heart, but she needs to refine her strategy a bit. If she can add some calculated aggression, she could be a real threat to Marcella.
All right, so Marcella's got the Women's Heritage Championship. But what about Samuel Parker? He barely held on to that U.S. Championship title.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Who do you see challenging him next?
I think someone with speed and agility. Someone who can counter Parker's strength.
What about Leo Osborne?
Now that's an interesting thought. Osborne's quickness and high-flying moves could definitely give Parker some trouble.
Yeah, that would be a fun match to watch. And let's not forget about John Ward. He's back as the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. But with King as the new champ, things are going to be a lot tougher for him.
Yeah, Ward's got the heart of a champion. But can he overcome King's power?
That's the big question.
We know Ward can strategize, and he can take a beating,
Yeah.
but King is a force of nature.
That first encounter between them is going to be huge. And you know Brody Wade's going to be lurking in the shadows.
Oh, absolutely. He's not going to let Ward forget about their unfinished business.
Yeah, we could see a triple threat match down the line. Or maybe even a separate feud between Wade and King.
The possibilities are endless.
Oh, man, my head is spinning. And we haven't even talked about Rebecca Wells. She managed to hold on to her Women's World Championship title.
Yeah, she did.
But what's next for her?
Well, Amaya proved that she's a real threat,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
and she's not going to just disappear.
I could see her coming back even stronger. Maybe with a new strategy.
And then you've got up-and-coming contenders like Christy Owens.
Oh, yeah.
A match between Owens and Rebecca would be amazing.
Power versus agility.
Exactly.
And speaking of intense matches, that steel cage match between Deshaun Williams and LJ Hernandez, just brutal.
Deshaun got the win, but he might have made a big mistake.
How so?
All that disrespect he showed LJ.
Yeah.
He's alienated a lot of fans. I think we're going to see LJ become the people's champion
Oh, I love that.
and then ultimately get his revenge.
Yeah, a redemption arc for LJ.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. But let's be real. Did anyone see King's victory coming?
I don't think so.
What happens now that Scorpion's been dethroned?
Scorpion's a proud warrior. He's not going to take this lying down.
So you think he'll try to get his title back?
Oh, absolutely. He's going to analyze what went wrong, train harder,
Yeah.
and come back stronger than
A
ever.
rematch between King and Scorpion. That'd be a main event for the ages.
It would.
But I think Scorpion's going to have to change things up.
Yeah, King's power is undeniable.
Oh, right.
But Scorpion is known for his cunning and adaptability.
Maybe he'll even adopt some of King's brutal tactics.
Now that would be interesting.
This is what I love about RCW.
Me too.
It's constantly evolving. Every match, every rivalry adds another layer to the story,
It's like a real-life drama.
but with body slams and steel cages.
And that's what keeps us coming back for more.
It's unpredictable. It's athletic. And it's full of great stories.
Absolutely.
Brawlout was a game changer, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Me either.
But before we get into all that, let's take a moment to appreciate all the RCW superstars.
Yes, they put their bodies on the line every single night to entertain us, to tell these incredible stories,
Yeah.
and to create those unforgettable moments.
Brawlout definitely left us with a lot to think about.
Oh, yeah.
What are your, wildest predictions for the future of RCW?
Well, have you heard those rumors
What rumor?
about a new faction forming?
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
A new faction. Tell me more.
The details are still kind of sketchy, but it sounds like there's a group of wrestlers who are tired of the way things are run.
Interesting.
They want to shake things up,
Yeah.
maybe even take control.
It would change everything.
Right.
Who do you think might be involved?
I think we need to look at the wrestlers who have been overlooked, the ones who feel disrespected, the ones with a score to settle.
Like a group of underdogs
Exactly.
banding together to challenge the establishment.
It would be a great story.
Oh, man. I'm going to be watching for any signs of this new faction.
Me too.
Okay, but before we wrap things up, I have to ask about Scorpion. He lost his title to King in a pretty shocking upset.
Yeah.
What do you think happens to him now?
Scorpion's a veteran. He's not going to just disappear.
Yeah.
I think he'll take some time to figure things out, analyze what went wrong,
Yeah.
and then come back stronger.
Do you think he can beat King?
It's not going to be easy. King is at the top of his game right now,
True.
but Scorpion is known for adapting.
Yeah?
He might surprise us all.
Maybe he'll even use some of King's own tactics.
That would be a twist.
Either way, I don't think we've seen the last of Scorpion.
No way.
He's got too much pride to just walk away.
Hmm.
This is what makes RCW so great.
Yeah.
It's not just about the matches. It's about the stories.
The drama, the athleticism, surprises.
It's also captivating. So what do you think, RCW fans? What are your predictions for the future? Who will be the next champions? What storylines are you most excited about?
Let us know your thoughts, your hopes, your wildest theories.
And remember, in RCW, anything is possible.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep those championship belts polished
Yeah.
and those predictions coming.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of RCW.